I'm Sharon. Welcome to the Art of Yoga YouTube channel. Today we'll do a gentle, easy prenatal yoga practice. Let's start standing. So just bring your feet parallel-ish and just start to bounce. Just kind of bend your knees, just bounce and feel your body in space. Good. Maybe swing your arms around. You can boogie around a little bit if you like. Now let's make sure you have room around you. Sway. Make sure you don't bonk into anybody or a door or anything. Just sway your arms. Just swing your arms side to side. Kind of feel your balance. Come back to center. Let's rock our feet forward and back. So see if you can lift your heels, lift your toes, lift your heels, lift your toes, and just kind of rock forward and back. You can swing your arms if you like. Know that your center of gravity changes a little bit when you're pregnant. Now let's step the feet a little wider apart. We're just going to sway side to side on our feet, keeping the feet on the ground, but just kind of rocking to the two sides of the feet. Just feeling that gentle, easy feeling in the joints. Maybe you feel your hips moving. That might feel nice on your low back. Come back to center and bend your knees a little bit. You can put your hands on your thighs or your knees. Let's circle the knees around. Just make a nice circle with your knees. Feel your hips moving. Feel your low back moving. Circle the other way a few times. Just feeling the mobility in your knees. And then come on up to standing and circle your hips around. Bend your knees so you really feel this in your hips. Let your back go. Circle the other way. Come back to center and just feel that you're standing right in the center of your feet. Press your feet down into the earth. Feel the strength of your legs. Step your feet a little wider. Turn your feet out just a bit and then bend your knees for squat. Bring the elbows inside the knees. Hands together, lift your chest. And then sit all the way down. Sit however you feel comfortable. So today's practice, just gentle, easy, prenatal yoga, designed to make your body feel a little more spacious and a little bit more comfortable with the work you're doing, growing a baby. I want to really focus on breath today. So take a moment here just to take a few really deep breaths. And then bring hands together. Interlace fingers, press the palms of the hands forward. Reach the arms up to sky. Now breathe in a way that feels like you're creating more space in your body. As you inhale, lift your chest. Feel like you're creating more space in your body for yourself, first and foremost, but also creating more space for your baby to move and grow. Let's now take hold of the left wrist with the right hand and reach the left arm to sky. Take a really deep breath and then side bend to the right. Feel a stretch in the left side of the body. If you're a little further along in your pregnancy, you might sometimes feel like your baby's got his little butt tucked up under your rib cage. This is a good way to create more space for that. Come on back to center, switch. We'll do the other side. Really reach and lengthen that right arm. You feel a good stretch in the right side of the body, around the ribs. Just breathe. Come back to center, reach the arms to sky. Now bring right hand to left knee as a twist. And just take a breath, lift your chest. And then reach the arms back to sky. Left hand to right knee, twist the other way. Inhale, lift the chest. Good, come on back to center. Let's reach the arms up, bring the hands down. Roll your shoulders back, just roll them back. Good, roll your shoulders forward. Now let's move the head around, make some circles with your nose. Circle the other way. Just loosening up the neck. Let's stretch the wrists. Bring the hands together. Let's just wiggle the hands around, stretching the wrists. And then bring the right hand on top, left hand on bottom, and stretch the right hand down. So you stretch the right wrist. And let's switch. So the left arm is straight, right elbow is a little bent. And let's release that. If you have blocks, have a couple of blocks nearby. If you don't, that's okay. If you have a blanket, you might want to have a blanket as well. Let's come on hands and knees. Now, if your wrists feel achy today, you can always switch and do this on fists, or you can place blocks, if you have them, under your forearms at any time while we're on our hands and knees. Let's start with cat stretches. Take a very deep breath. Spread your fingers. On exhale, round your back like an angry hissing cat. Inhale, come back to a flat back. On exhale, round the back, feel like you're hugging your baby in towards you. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, round the back, cat stretch, hugging baby in to strengthen your core. Let's do one more like that. Just go at your own pace with your own breath. And exhale, round the back. Good. Now come back to center and sway your hips side to side. Just feel releasing the low back. Feel releasing the hips. Sometimes they get a little achy when we're pregnant because we're carrying a little extra weight. Good. Let's now circle the hips around. This is a nice thing to do for yourself if your back is feeling stiff or sore. Circle the other way. Come back to center. This is called pelvic tilts. It's kind of like a little baby cat and a little baby cow. So as you inhale, you lift your tailbone to the sky. Keep the upper back and middle back pretty still. And on exhale, you tuck the tailbone. Inhale, lift the tailbone, little baby cow. Exhale, tuck the tailbone, little baby cat. So just cycle through a few of those. So we're keeping the upper back, middle back still and isolating the movement of the low back. Just trying to get the low back to move independently as much as you can. Another great release for the low back and strengthening for your belly, your strong core. Good. Let's take a child's pose. Bring your knees a little bit wider apart, feet together, and sit your hips back either on your feet or towards your feet. Reach the arms forward. You can place a block under your forehead. That can be very calming for your mind. Or you could place your forehead on your hands. Or you could put your forehead on the earth. You can take child's pose anytime during this practice if you want to rest. Come on, hands and knees. Let's take a downward facing dog. So walk your hands about a handprint forward. Spread the fingers super wide. Push the floor away from you. Curl toes under, lift knees. Now pushing the floor away from you, you can bend your knees a little bit here, lifting your hips so you get a great stretch through the back. Or you can bring the knees more straight to stretch through the hamstrings. But make sure that you feel comfortable in the pose. There's no aggravation. So feel free to modify. Bend knees a little bit. You can even do some walking in place. Maybe bending one knee, pressing other heel to earth. Lifting the toes, spreading the toes wide. So you really open up the feet. Good. Let's now come back to downward dog. Put the knees back down. So if you have a block, grab your block and place it under your face like this. If you don't have a block, that's perfectly fine. But if you do, you can put your thumbs together, fingers wrap around. The other option is to just put the thumbs together and spread the fingers wide. Either way, as you progress in your pregnancy, you might really love the block to give you extra support. So step the left foot forward, put the foot right up against the block. And again, if you don't have a block, you just put your foot against your pinky finger. Yeah? Okay, let's lift the arms up to sky. Take a breath. Breathe in a way that creates more space in your body. Lifting the chest, lengthening the side bodies. Now we'll take a closed twist. Right hand forward, left hand back. Good. Take a breath. And then reach arms to sky. On exhale, hands down on earth or block. Step the left foot back. Step your right foot forward. Inhale, reach up. And again, breathe in a way that creates more space in your body. Take a deeper breath. On exhale, left hand forward, right hand back. A nice twist for the upper back and shoulders. Inhale, reach up. On exhale, hands down. Step the right knee back. Place block to side. Bring hands forward and wide. We're in a modified plank. We keep the knees down. Take a breath. And as you exhale, hug your baby in towards you. And then curl the toes under, slide hands back a little bit. Lift your knees, downward facing dog. You can do any variations here you like. You can hold steady and breathe. You can walk in place. Another one I really like is step your feet a little wider apart. Lift your butt to the sky, bend your knees. This can be a great stretch for the back and the hips too. And then let's come back to downward dog and place the knees back down. Bring the block back in if you're using it. Thumbs together on earth or block, fingers wrap around or spread wide. Step left foot forward. Inhale, reach up. Let's take that twist again. Exhale, right hand forward, left hand back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands down. Step left knee back. Step right foot forward. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, left hand forward, right hand back. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, hands down. Step right knee back. Place block to side. Bring hands forward and wide. Modified plank. If you like here, you can add a little chaturanga push-up. Elbows stay into the body. We bend the elbows, we lower halfway, and we push back up. Curl toes under, lift knees, downward facing dog. Any variations here that you like? Walk in place, hold steady, take a wide feet, lift heels, bend knees. That can feel really nice. Come back to downward dog. Bring knees back to earth. Let's do one more of these modified sun salutations. We'll mix it up a little bit this time. Block under the face if you like. Step left foot forward. Inhale, reach up. Now take the right wrist with the left hand. Reach the right arm to sky. Lengthen the right side of body. Side bend to the left. And spread your fingers super wide so you get a nice stretch in your wrists. Inhale, reach to sky. Exhale, hands to earth. Step left knee back, step right foot forward. Inhale, reach to sky. Take left wrist with right hand. Reach the left arm to sky, side bend to the right. What a great stretch for left side of body. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands down, step right knee back. Place block to side. Let's now grab 2 blocks if you have them. If not, it's okay. You can work without them. I'll show you how. So we're going to step forward. If you have the blocks, hands on blocks, we step the left foot forward, put it to the outside edge of your mat. Right foot forward, same position, and then we take the blocks forward. So the blocks are really just here for balance. Hands on blocks. If you don't have blocks, hands on your knees. Now, drop squats. What we want here is that the knees stay over the ankles. They don't move forward, rather they just stay. So the blocks help a little bit with this. We're going to, as we inhale, move the butt back in space, like you're sitting down in a chair that's way back behind you. You're trying to get your butt on that chair, and then straighten your knees. Like maybe it's one of those little plastic kids chairs, you know? Inhale, bend the knees, so it's way back there. Exhale to straighten. We'll just cycle through a few of these. So we drop the weight into the heels and lift the toes. We're sitting way, way back. All right, so the breath is inhale to bend. Exhale to straighten. Inhale to bend. Exhale to straighten. Let's do one more. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Good. Now let's just place blocks to the side if we have them, and then we'll come all the way up to standing. Step the feet a little closer together, and let's just bounce. Just simply bounce. Good. Nicely done. Let's do some standing poses to strengthen up our legs. Step your feet a little wider apart for triangle pose. If you have a block, you can use block. Turn your right foot open so it's parallel to the outside edges of the mat. Place your block to the outside of the right ankle, and if you don't have it, don't worry. Turn the left foot in a little bit so that the front heel aligns with back arch. Press feet into earth, lift toes, reach the arms straight out. Now inhale to create space in your body. Lift the chest, reach through fingers, and press through feet. Take your hips to the left. Right hand could go on the thigh, pressing down, reaching left arm to sky, or it could go on the shin, or it could go on the block. Good, now just reach with the left hand and breathe in a way that creates more space in your body for yourself and for your baby. So you create harmony between yourself and your baby. If you like, you can let your head hang here a bit, relaxing your neck. And if you like, you can reach the left arm back to open up your chest. Let's do the other side. Reach left arm back to straight, bend the right knee, grab block if you want to use it on the other side, and then come up, turn right foot in, turn left foot out, block to outside of left ankle. Press your feet strongly into earth. Take hips to the right. Reach the left arm out. Left hand could go on the thigh, pressing down. Right arm reaches to sky, or could go on the shin, or could go on the block. Good. Now just breathe and feel the pose. Where do you feel the stretch? I feel it in my hips, in my back, in my legs. It feels great. If you like, you can relax your neck. And if you like, you can reach the right arm back. Any variation you enjoy, whatever feels good for you today. Good, let's now bend to the left knee. Let's leave the block, reach with the right arm. Come on up. Let's toe, heel, the feet together. And just take a moment to bounce. Step your feet comfortably wide apart for goddess squats. Turn your feet out a little bit, not too much. Inhale, bend your knees, reach arms to sky. Exhale, straighten. Let's lift our toes, lift the arches of our feet. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend the knees, reach arms to sky. Exhale, straighten. Let's do one more. Inhale to bend. Exhale to straighten. Now turn your feet back to parallel, forward fold. Let's let the head hang. Good, let's inhale, coming up slowly. You can walk hands up the legs if you like. Warrior two. Take your feet a little bit wider apart. Turn right foot open, left foot in. Reach arms straight out from shoulders, inhale. On exhale, bend the right knee. Try to get the knee right over the right ankle. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Good, let's stay in warrior two. Right forearm, center of right thigh, reach left arm straight up to the sky. You can stay here, pressing the right elbow into the thigh and reaching with the left arm, really dynamically. Or you can bring the arm to the diagonal line to get more stretch in left-sided body. Really dig your left foot into the earth. And take a breath. Take a breath for your baby. Begin to feel like you're nourishing not only yourself with your breath, but also nourishing your baby with your breath. Now reach with the left hand, come back to warrior two, straighten the front knee. Let's switch. Turn the right foot in, left foot open, extend the arms, take a breath. Exhale, bend the left knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Left elbow center of left thigh, right arm reaches straight up to sky. Really reach through that right arm and then press right heel into earth. If you like, you can reach a little more on the diagonal line, extending that stretch in the right side of the body. Reach with the right arm to come up out of that. Let's toe, heel, feet together. Bend your knees, sway. Just sway around. Letting go of any effort around standing and balancing. Let yourself be free. Good. Let's take warrior one now. Step your right foot forward, left foot back. The left toes turn in a little bit. And the stance is about hip distance apart. So we're not heel to heel, because that will make you fall over. This foot turns out a little bit to the side. So get really firmly established in your feet first, and then interlace your fingers, bring them behind your head, and travel them down to the very bottom of your skull, top of the neck. This is called Warrior One Brain Cradling. I love this stretch. Reach the elbows to sky and just really reach through the elbows. It's a back bend. So opening up the chest, and here's a great place for creating more space in your torso for your breath and for your baby. And if you like, you can close your eyes. Let your head rest in your hands. Relax your neck. If closing your eyes doesn't feel safe, then just gaze down towards the earth. So you soften your eyes. You might get a little wobbly. That's okay. Motherhood is wobbly. Trust me, I have 4 kids and 1 granddaughter. But it's also the best experience ever. Good, let's release. Reach the arms to sky. Straighten the right knee. Pyramid pose. Hands on the right thigh, we lean forward. We press the thigh back and we keep the left heel pressing into the earth. Hands might come to the shin, might come to the blocks. Pretend I have a block here. Might come to the earth. You turn a little bit to the left to accommodate the baby. Let's come up slowly, and we'll step left foot forward, circle the hips, circle the other way, and warrior one on the other side. Left foot forward, right foot back. Remember, we don't go heel to heel. We take the foot a little bit off to the side, so we have a little bit of distance between the heels. Right foot turns in pretty much. Left foot parallel to outside edges of mat. And left knee over the left ankle if you can. Brain cradling, we're going to switch the cross of the fingers. So switch your fingers over one knuckle. Use your non-habitual clasp. Hands behind the head. We reach the elbows up to the sky. We lift through the armpits. Lift and open the chest. And let your head rest in your hands. Good, now just breathe freely and breathe deeply. Feel your rib cage expand out horizontally as you inhale. And enjoy the feeling of breath. Drink it in. Let your neck relax. Let your head rest in your hands. If you're feeling pretty balanced, you can close your eyes. But if that doesn't feel safe, just keep the eyes softly open. Good, let's reach the arms to sky. Take a breath. Straighten the left knee, we'll fold forward. Hands could be on the thigh, hands could be on the shin, on the blocks, or on the earth. Simply step the right foot forward. Keep your feet wide and we'll take a forward fold. Good, let's bend the knees, round up slowly, slowly, slowly. We'll come into squat. Turn your feet out just a bit, bend knees, elbows inside the knees, hands together. Let's take a few breaths here, letting your hips open. And then let's sit all the way down. Bring the soles of your feet together, knees apart. Bring the hands behind you. Press your hands into the earth and lift up your chest. As you inhale, feel your chest lift. On exhale, keep the chest lifted. Let the shoulder blades squeeze together. Good. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Take one more deep breath here. And then release. If you like, you can take a forward fold here. You don't have to go very far. Try to maintain a flat back. And let's come back onto hands and knees. Or pigeon pose. Slide the left knee forward, right knee back. You can stay here. You might need to move this foot a little forward to make a nest for the baby. You can go lower onto elbows if that feels fine. You just want to feel a comfortable and reasonable stretch in your left hip. You can place a block under your forehead at any height you like. Or you might place your forehead on your hands or on the earth. Good, let's switch to the other side. Come back onto hands and knees. Take a moment to sway your hips side to side. Release your back. And then slide the right knee forward, pigeon on the other side. Again, you may want to bring your foot a little forward to make a little nest for the baby. Make sure your knees feel fine. Walk hands forward, you might come on elbows. Take whatever variation feels nice on this side and move slowly. Take a moment to feel your body and say, hey, how's this feeling for me? No need to push into it. Just allow your body to relax and open, release when it's ready. You can have a block under the forehead. You can have your forehead on your hands. Or forehead on earth. Slowly, slowly come back to hands and knees. Circle your hips around. Circle the other way. And then let's come into child's pose. Knees slightly apart, feet together. Sit hips back towards the feet or on the feet. Take whatever variation of child's pose you would like. As you're ready, come on up out of that. We'll take Shavasana now. If you're comfortable lying on your back, and if you do have a blanket, you can place the blanket under your head as a pillow. Sometimes when pregnant, it's not comfortable to lie on the back. If you feel at all lightheaded or dizzy when lying on your back, then you want to roll over to your left side anytime. If you'd rather simply rest on your left side, you can place a blanket under your head as a pillow, and if you do have a block or a pillow or another blanket, you can put that between your knees. If you ever feel achy in your hips at night when you're sleeping, it's nice to have something between your knees or thighs. That'll make you feel more relaxed. And just let your head rest. So get comfortable for Shavasana. We'll be in Shavasana for about 5 minutes. And then just close your eyes, go inside. This is your opportunity to rest. Your body's working overtime right now. Stay in Shavasana. Your body's working overtime right now to grow a baby. Your body's working really hard. So take opportunity to rest. Move your awareness inside. Take a moment of introspection. Breathe slowly and deeply in through your nose and out through your nose, keeping your lips lightly sealed. Breathe in a way that feels calming for yourself and also for your baby. Breathe in a way that feels kind and gentle, in a way that feels nourishing. Allow yourself to rest. As you're settling into Shavasana, I'd like to share with you a poem by Rumi. A new moon teaches gradualness and deliberation, and how one gives birth to oneself slowly. Patience with small details makes perfect a large work like the universe. What 9 months of attention does for an embryo, 40 early mornings will do for your gradually growing wholeness. If you've drifted off, slowly bring awareness back into breath. Take a few cycles of deep, slow, refreshing breath. And then begin to wiggle fingers, to wiggle toes. Maybe roll your head over to one side. If you have room, roll it to the other side. Maybe nod your head yes if you're on your left side. Just move your head around. If you're on your back, roll over to your left side. Make a pillow with your left arm. And use the left arm and the right hand to gently press yourself up to sitting. Take your time. And then sit comfortably with yourself. Place hands together at your heart. Bow your head into yourself. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining me on the Art of Yoga YouTube channel. Thank you so much for showing up. The light in me bows to and honors the light in you and the light in your babies. Thank you. Namaste.